Okay, in this problem we are going to be graphing from vertex form. The best way you want to do it is pull out the A, the H, and the K. The A is the number in front of the parentheses, and if there isn't one, then it's automatically a 1. The H is the number inside the parenthesis, and it's the opposite of what you see, and then the K value is the one that's on the right hand side. Now your vertex is always H comma K. So your vertex or your bouncing point will be -1, -3. Now since it's the middle of your graph, you're going to put it in the middle of your table. Axis of symmetry will always be your x value. Make sure that you write an equation. So it's x equals -1. Now from there, you can either use the graphing calculator or a graphing calculator online and find -1, -3 and build your table around there. So -2, -1, -3, and then 5, 0, -1, 1, 5. Notice that the y values are the same around your vertex. That's because it's symmetrical. Now we plot, so -1, -3 is our vertex, -2, -1, -3, +5, 0, -1, and 1, 5. Notice because the parabola is symmetrical, you're going to have the point that's on the left and then its matching point on the right. Point on the left, matching point on the right. The only point that doesn't match is your vertex because there is only one bouncing point. So you make sure that you have a U, not a V, and extend your line all the way up. Once you have a graph, you can figure out your domain. Your domain is always going to be -infinity to infinity because the graph always goes to the left, which is towards -infinity, and always towards the right, which is +infinity. Now for your range, you have to always look at the smallest to the biggest. So if you have your pencil, you guide up your pencil, and where is the minimum y? Your minimum y is -3. Since it includes the point, we use the bracket. Now if you have your pen or pencil and it travels upward, your graph is always going to be a part of your pen. So it's always traveling towards +infinity. Make sure that your graph includes your vertex, which is -1, -3. Your axis of symmetry, which is your vertical line, which is x equals -1. Your points from the table and arrows on the end. Now you can do the same with number 2. Number 2 is just different because it's going to be upside down. You can tell that it's upside down by that negative. If A is negative, it's going to be a downward parabola. If it was positive, it will be upward. So the vertex is -2, 4. So I'm going to put that in the middle. The axis of symmetry is your x value. And then you plot it, and then you search for your vertex. So my vertex is -2, 4, so I'm going to build my table around it. So -4, -8, -3, 1, -1, 1, and 0, -8. Make sure you plot your points correctly, 1 on the left and 1 on the right. So -4, -8, -3, -1, -2, +4, -1. See, I plotted this one wrong, so I'm just going to X it out and put a +1, and then it's a -1, comma 1, and then 0, negative 8. So I was able to self-check myself because I knew that the point needed a matching point. So I had one on my left, I need one on my right. I have one on my left, I need one on my right. Make the U first, and then extend the arms of the parabola all the way through the graph. My domain, once again, is negative infinity to infinity. My range, however, starts in negative infinity because it's upside down. So then your pen travels down here and it's touching negative infinity, and as you move your pen up, it's going to hit the maximum point, which is a positive 4. And since it includes it, we put the bracket. We need our vertex labeled negative 2, comma 4. We need our axis of symmetry, our vertical line that goes down the middle. So x equals negative 2. I know that I plotted the points correctly because I self-checked. And then I have 4 arrows on the end.